Hey down, this is Dave Desai, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into a particular female K-pop trainee or turned influencer now. This is very controversial and what she has come out and said about Taehyung and her experience with him at a nightclub. I have a lot of thoughts on this and wanted to get into it. I also want to get into some armies demanding HYBE apologize for something. I think this is an interesting one. So grab your dumpling, tea spilling mug merch, and let's get into the tape. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. First off, a little update on yesterday's video. Apparently Rose updated her Instagram after the whole she was at a baby store paparazzi thing. And it showed a picture of Anthony Varciello, baby. This is the creative director of Saint Laurent and apparently he was having a baby. So quick update on that, no one is pregante. Now that we cleared that, today we have something that has been highly requested that I talk about, which is what is going on with a former K-pop trainee named Han Seo Hee. First off, please do not send her any more hate, and this isn't meant to send her any hate. Just commentary on what has happened and what my opinions are. I would like to leave her name out of this, but it is going to be difficult to talk about her without putting her name in this video. You can have your opinion, but if you feel like you're going to go to her profile and leave anything rude at all, then simply do not go over there. A little backstory on where you might have heard of Han Seo Hee, if the name sounds familiar. I don't know how accurate this was, but she was associated with Big Bang's Top and his marijuana case. And I think was Top's ex-girlfriend when she was a trainee. I'm not 100%. It's a little before my generation of K-pop. But it's very interesting to me. Now, not too long ago, Han Seo Hee was doing a live stream. And during a live stream, people tend to talk about whatever is going on and certain interesting things that have happened with them or anything they think the audience would like to hear. It's often not scripted or planned. And oftentimes the host just says whatever to fill in the awkward spaces because it's actually really hard to sit there and talk about nothing. But you can't just ramble about, oh my god, I went to the supermarket and there was a salad and I bought it. You have to talk about something that is interesting to your audience. Given her audience is K-pop fans, she decided to talk about an encounter she had with Taehyung. She goes on to talk about how she was friends with HYBE, who is apparently a close friend with Taehyung. And HYBE and Han Seo Hee went to the club together. And HYBE brought Taehyung along. Han Seo Hee alleges that her and Taehyung were both minors at the time and were like 19. So they weren't allowed to be in the club or whatever. I thought the legal drinking age in Korea was 19 or so, I could be wrong. But people immediately started attacking her for even claiming such a thing, and obviously this would make Taehyung look really bad. She later retracted and said she did not get the age right, and of course there's people who thought if she was incorrect about that, then what else is she incorrect about? And HYBE's agency actually came out and addressed this as it got so big and talked about how it wasn't true and that HYBE never went to the club with Taehyung. So it ended this rumor. Whether she believed it was true or not is completely up to her. Maybe she saw something that she thought was Taehyung because he looked different at 19 or whatever. People very often jump to conclusions when it comes to other people wanting attention. They say she lied just for attention. And that could be the case, or it could not be. But I wanted to take this moment because I see this a lot. Netizens or armies particularly always like to say, what was the point of bringing this up? There's no evidence, why bring this up? And they say this to people who are close to Taehyung and have been like schoolmates with Taehyung. And it's like people don't always say things with a point. What if I went to your house and every word you said, I'm like, what was the point of that? Why did you just check your phone? What was the point? Why did you just eat that bag of chips? Why'd you mention your dog to your friend? What was the point? Sometimes during a stream, you just talk because there's no one there. You have to fill the silence with something. I've seen other people make up stories just to fill in the space and try to say whatever you think is interesting. I think a lot of people think celebrities or whatever are just robots and everything they say is predetermined and there's a team of 50,000 people behind the camera telling them what to say and it's all calculated. Sometimes people just ramble and talk. Sometimes it's not true and it's made up. And they maybe thought it wouldn't be as big of a deal even if it's made up. But in this case, maybe Han Seo Hee didn't realize it would have turned into this big thing. She made a few Instagram posts talking about this, saying, I think it wasn't when he was a minor. Honestly, for real, it's nothing to fuss over. Armies, please don't be like this. I love you. I won't file any suits against you, so please stop fighting. I'm sorry. Now, I am not condoning just saying things and not thinking about the consequences. Whether this is real or not, saying Taehyung was at a nightclub is for sure going to cause a huge uproar. This just sounds like it would. Definitely need to be more careful with what you say online and make sure next time you just don't mention any other idol in your live stream. People are very weary specifically when she mentions any idol because she was tied up with the whole marijuana thing. And so people are scared about what she may say about Taehyung or if she is just making stuff up to get Taehyung in trouble. I don't see she has any motivation to do that. Ultimately, I don't know what is true or not, but I do believe that Taehyung likely probably wasn't at a nightclub when he was 19 or whatever. I just don't feel like that is his scene. I don't know, I could be wrong. Hopefully there was no backlash on this topic topic anymore, and I just thought it was interesting because people still are angry at other idols or whatever talking about BTS. And I see comments, what was the point, all the time. And sometimes, just like this moment, there was no point. I guess she thought it was funny or something, and she'll know next time not to do it. HYBE was getting some serious backlash recently for something they did. I thought it was weird for some cookies to be the point of backlash, but it's 2021, and sometimes cookies are problematic. I'm kidding. But HYBE recently opened their HYBE museum. I kind of want to go and see the museum. I think there's a lot of BTS stuff in the museum, like outfits they wore for performing and all that, and it seems really cool. But they wanted to increase their ticket sales, so they offered some butter cookies. It's basically regular looking biscuit slash cookies that has the Butter BTS logo on it, and it's this cute packaging that is shaped of a butter stick. A lot of people wanted to try the cookie, or maybe just even the packaging, because it's very cute, and they mentioned it was limited. So people can even line up to want to get it because they'll have something that will only be available for some armies. So people assumed, and rightfully so, that it'll be a first come first serve type of situation. And they even lined up super early at the door to get the opportunity to buy the butter cookies. Only to find out they got into the museum, it was more of a raffle situation. And you had to pull a piece of paper and the staff opens it for you. And it either says win or sorry. And if it says win, you don't get the cookies, but you get the opportunity to be put into a raffle so you can then buy the cookies. So even if you win the raffle, you still need to pay for it. Then people who got in came out and said the cookies weren't anything special, just regular cookies with the BTS branding. I can see how people were upset over this, and really upset. HYBE got a lot of backlash, and it's like a lot of work and a lot of taking advantage of armies. Given that maybe this wasn't clear, so a lot of armies may have booked tickets and flights just to get there early or camp out for those cookies. And if you think armies are not going to do that for BTS cookies, then you obviously don't know the fandom. And we will for sure do all of that. So a lot were mad it was not first come first serve, but I think it makes it more fair for everyone. Everyone gets an equal chance to buy it. And one of the biggest complaints with HYBE and BTS is that everything is always sold out, and a lot of armies won't get the chance to buy any merch or tickets for concerts. It's always gone in like 2 seconds. With this raffle thing, it does give a chance to people who are last in line to get the cookies, but I can totally see this being unfair to the people who camped out. I do think they should do something like this for concert tickets, and if they did, I think people would have still camped out, and I think the sales of the museum would have skyrocketed too, especially since it would be one of the first concerts for a long time. But a lot of people may have seen, well, it's only BTS cookies, and decided not to bother going to the museum and buying the ticket right now, as I do believe the museum is indefinitely open. So anyone who goes to Korea or is in the area has no real urgency to visit, unless of course they really wanted these cookies. But concert tickets is definitely something they should look into. I will literally fly over there right now for a chance at some concert tickets. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I feature this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check stuff out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you'd like to see over there. Currently, there's over 300 and almost 400 videos that are already up on there the moment you sign up. We have a great time over there interacting with each other, as well as I do send out cards and all that. So if you're interested in any of that, link is in the top of the description down below. There's also a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you would like to do that. Make sure you go over there and check it out. It's free and it's on the front page. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.